Yeah, definitely. I think if we're hypercritical, maybe the first 6 overs in that power play, we probably conceded 15 to 20 runs, or maybe too much. But we always knew the sort of batting lineup is a little bit top heavy. They reliant on that top four, and I think those last four overs, I don't think they got too many. So we pegged it back, and I mean 220 over the last 2 years is probably par for the wicket. So to restrict him to about 200. Was actually a good effort from the bowlers. Look, it's not from a lack of effort within the power play with those slow balls. I think with the newer ball, I think even with them, the cutter sort of scared on a little bit more, and almost by the 8th, 9th over, that's when the cutter started gripping a little bit. But personally, I wasn't too surprised because, I mean, there has been a lot of heat around Centurion, and maybe also the rain played a factor in sort of slowing up the wicket a little bit. Yeah, I think I've played here for 10 years, and whether it's a weekday game or a weekend game, they never fail to disappoint. And I mean, we had quite a good crowd, considering that it was a bit chilly. So yeah, it's always well supported. I always enjoy playing here, and yeah, it's a place where they actually love their cricket quite a lot. So yeah, that was kudos to the crowd. Like I say, it doesn't really matter who I play for. When I come here, it always does feel like home. I know the conditions very well. Like I said, I've played here for 10 years. I've had some great memories here. So, yeah, it doesn't really affect me too much playing against my teammates. At the end of the day, I want to get them out, and they also want to hit me as far as they can. But, yeah, it's always a pleasure coming here. Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest thing for me was, yes, maybe I executed well today, but I think being a bowler here at Supersport Park with 200 plus scores, you almost have to wake up and be mentally strong and understand that, with Will Jackson full salt coming hard, you just have to be mentally strong and understand that if you don't try too much and you hold your airs for as long as possible, yes, you might go for 6 because it's the nature of the high felt, the ball flies here, but if you, stick to your discipline, you will get rewarded. Yeah, felt I bowled well. I mean, that first over that I bowled in the power play, I almost felt that I executed all the deliveries that I needed to bowl and some good cricket shots. But when I came back in my sort of next over, I realised that I executed. So it's just about holding that length and making. It's a wicket where boundaries are the thing that cost you. So if I go for maybe 1 or 2 boundaries in 3 overs, that's probably going to change the game into our favour as opposed to trying to get wickets the whole time. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I think it's also, you have to be smart. You had Full Salt and Riley Rousseau. I remember an instance where, Will Jacks, he's probably not the guy that you want to be bowling to. So you have to be smart and say, well, get him off strike and then you can attack Riley. So yes, I am a wicket taker, but you also have to be smart in instances like that and understand who your matchup is. Yeah, I think, if we can take anything from today's game, from the batting and the bowling, with the bat, we again showed fight towards the end. So, and with the ball, we showed fight. It's just little areas, up front in the power play. That's probably where the game was won and lost from, both disciplines. So, the way the cricket we're playing, it was still hopefully evident in how we were going about our business. And T20 cricket is one of those things where the last game everything just seemed to click, and today not so much. And come Saturday, we hope that we're at least 20 to 30% better, and those are the small margins that we talk about in T20 cricket.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, thrilled with the win. Last game we we were in a great position to get our first win on the board, and if you 0 from 3, you're under pressure quite quickly. So. Massive win for us tonight, and certainly areas to improve on. I think the group's been quite honest about that, but great to get that first win underway. Yeah, definitely changed a bit. I mean, in saying that, I thought Jaxie and Salty up front really put their bowlers under pressure and got us off to that flyer, which sort of allowed us to edge our way along through the middle period. And the surface was a little drier than I've played on here before. I didn't play the whole of last season, but I thought we sort of scratched our way along, and then to a competitive total. Although the last 2 overs, we'd obviously want 20 more on the board, and that would be in the total we'd been happy with. I mean, I'm just trying to play the scenario in front of me. I think batting in the middle order, you just try and adapt to what's going on. And when I looked at the wicket, it was quite dry, and we'd lost a few quick wickets. So, just to drag the innings out and, make sure we can, extend the innings and get to a big enough total, because you do know that you need a big total here. The ball does travel out the ground. So, just trying to judge that. I think that's probably what I'd try to do tonight, just try to judge where we needed to get to. And I felt, around 215 was, after that sort of platform was what we needed to do. So, lucky I got a lot of big hitters around me, and I can, I can run the ball off and feed into, feed them and get them on strike. And, it's always nice when it works out. Yeah, awesome. I mean, the back end of last season and even the start of this season, the crowd's been amazing here, and there's been a great atmosphere. I guess a little bit of pressure building when you haven't, got that first win. So, great win tonight with, on a Thursday night to have an atmosphere like that was fantastic. I mean, obviously to close out a game on a decent wicket with a lot of runs is, that's first prize. So, I think we'll be honest that there's still a few things to work on, and I don't think we settled on our combinations completely yet. So, I think it was a good learning curve as well tonight, and we'll take a lot away, for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it's firstly just fantastic to see how well it's done in the first couple of seasons, and just the hype and the full stadiums in South Africa. The atmosphere at the grounds, and like I say, just the amount of people that are engaged in cricket again. So it's been fantastic to be back and be part of that. And I think everyone's really excited as to where this can grow, and great to see lots of young faces in the crowd really excited about the game, and that can only be a good thing for South Africa and the game in general. Yeah, I mean, after the little taster I had at the back end of last year and how good it was, it was a no-brainer for me to try and spend the full season out here. And this is still cricket home to some degree, and just to be part of this atmosphere and this sort of scale of tournament again in my home country is a fantastic opportunity and something I'm really enjoying as well.